New year, new events, same old intro. We've got some news. So, for our first set of news, there are multiple new events that are planned for the month of January. The first of which is that there is a Team Go Rocket special research that is being released for the month of January. And if you complete that one, or any of the previous ones during this month, you'll be able to get yourself a Shadow Moltres. So if you're planning to get yourself a Shadow Moltres, I wish you the best of luck in finding, battling, and defeating Giovanni. So for our next event, the Research Breakthrough Encounter has changed once again. So from Wednesday, January 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Time until Saturday, February 1st at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, you'll be able to encounter a Lapras that knows Ice Shard and Ice Beam, which are two moves that are currently legacy moves that it cannot learn outside of this field research. So ultimately, this is very valuable since a Lapras that knows Ice Shard and Ice Beam makes it one of the best Ice-type Pokemon to have in both, I believe, Great and Ultra League, and maybe even Master League. But that one I'm not entirely sure on. But it also gives a chance to potentially get a shiny Lapras that knows these legacy moves. So I wish you best of luck as you go out there and complete your field research, and hopefully you may be able to get yourself a shiny Lapras that knows Ice Shard and Ice Beam. So for our next event, the annual Adventure Sync Hatchathon is back, and with it comes new rewards for walking certain distances, as well as new event-specific Pokemon, aka new Pokemon with hats. So from Thursday, January 2nd at 1 p.m. Pacific Time until Thursday, January 16th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, from 2-kilometer eggs, you'll be able to hatch yourself a Pichu or a Wurmple with a party hat. And from 7-kilometer eggs, you'll be able to hatch yourself a Pichu wearing a party hat as well. In 2-star raids, you'll be able to battle a Eradicate or a Wobbuffet that are both donning party hats. And in the wild, you may encounter a Pikachu wearing a party hat. Finally, for the Pokemon encounters, if you're lucky, you may be able to encounter the shiny forms of Eradicate, Pikachu, Pichu, Wobbuffet, and Wurmple, all of which are the Pokemon that are donning party hats. Finally, with this Hatchathon, you'll be able to not only get 2 times Hatch Candy and 2 times Hatch Stardust, but as a reward for walking 50 kilometers or more throughout the week, you'll not only be able to gain 50,000 Stardust, but you'll also gain 15 rare candies and a guaranteed Unova Stone. So with a good amount of event Pokemon that are hatching from eggs, as well as a very enticing offer for getting the 50-kilometer reward, ultimately I say this is a great reason to go out and start walking. On a slightly unrelated note, there are brand new 2020 specs that you can get from the Style Shop, which costs around 160 coins. So if you want to go in and celebrate 2020 in style, now you have the chance to do so. So for our next event, Virizion will be leaving Legendary Raids starting Tuesday, January 7th, and in its place comes the Lava Dome Pokemon Heatran. So from Tuesday, January 7th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time until Tuesday, February 4th at 1 p.m. Pacific Time, you'll be able to encounter this Fire and Steel type Legendary Pokemon in Legendary Raids. And if you're lucky, you may even be able to get yourself a shiny Heatran, which, if I recall correctly, pretty much looks like it decides to ditch its iron trimmings for some golden ones. Best of luck to any of you who are going out and hunting that shiny Heatran. And so for our final bit of event news, Niantic has stated that they are planning on releasing more Pokemon from the Unova region very soon. So we'll definitely report on that as soon as new Gen 5 Pokemon release out in the wild. Alright, so just a quick bit of breaking news. Niantic has finally announced the Pokemon that will be featured for January Community Day. And surprise, surprise, it is the Penguin Pokemon Piplup. So on Sunday, January 19th, from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. in your local time if you live in the Northern Hemisphere, and 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. in your local time if you live in the Southern Hemisphere. Piplup will be spawning more frequently out in the wild and will be available to hatch from eggs, from any of the eggs that you managed to get from Pokestops during this 3-hour time window. And if you're lucky, you may be able to encounter a shiny Piplup. Also worth noting is that if you evolve Piplup into a Empoleon during this time or an hour afterwards, you'll be able to get an Empoleon with an exclusive charge move. As of right now, Niantic has not announced what that charge move is, but if it's similar to previous water starter Pokemon that have been featured for Community Day, the charge move should be Hydro Cannon. But we'll wait and see if they continue on with the trend or if they decide to change it up for this one. Other than that, lure modules will once again be active for 3 hours instead of the usual half an hour, and any eggs put in incubators during this time period will only require 1/4 the usual hatch distance. So with all of that, I wish you all best of luck to you shiny hunters out there. Hopefully you're able to get a good amount of shiny Piplups out of this. Hopefully we'll all be able to get ourselves some good Empoleons for trainer battles, self-arena tournaments, raids, gyms, and whatnot. So that's all of the news I have for today. I will see you guys in the next video.